Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something huge. The unwritten rules, these invisible scripts that secretly guide our choices. I mean, everything from who we fall in love with to how we even define success. So let's just dive right in with this pretty provocative idea from the source Women Don't Want You to Know This. It basically asks, what if the entire foundation of what we're taught about relationships is actually built on a myth, a flawed map, as they put it? And that, right there, leads to a massive question for you, for me, for all of us. You have to wonder how many of our choices are actually our own, and how often are we just, following a script we didn't even know we were given. I mean, think about it. The movies we watch, the influencers on our feeds, they're all constantly handing us these playbooks for how to live, how to love, how to succeed. It's about time we start decoding them, right? Okay, so let's start with a big one. Maybe the biggest one of all, the script for love. I mean, it is everywhere, and it pulls the strings on so much of our romantic lives. So, what we're seeing here is this really fascinating clash, right? Two totally different love scripts are basically at war with each other. On one side, you've got that classic fairy tale romance. You know the one. It's all about destiny, grand gestures, and finding the one. And this scene from 16 Candles, it is the perfect encapsulation of that script. Make a wish, it already came true. I mean, come on. It's that core belief that if you just want it bad enough, your perfect love story will just materialize. But then you have the total opposite, a complete 180. Look at no strings attached. This is the modern script, the one built on, emotional distance and a very clear set of rules designed to keep anyone from getting hurt. We never started. Oof. Okay, but then there's this third script. And this one, well, it's a bit more controversial. It argues that our choices have nothing to do with culture and everything to do with biology. Sources like The Dangerous Path Many Women Are Walking make the case that our evolutionary programming creates this whole other unspoken set of rules in the dating game. Now, this whole idea of competing scripts, it's not just about love. Oh no, it is just as powerful, if not more so, when we talk about success. Think about one of the biggest success scripts right now, pushed by influencers like Amber Scholl. It's that whole fake it till you make it philosophy. The idea that you can literally will the life you want into existence by just acting like you already have it. It's the ultimate DIY hustle culture. And what's really interesting is how this gets broken down into an actual playbook. It's a step-by-step method. Figure out what you want but can't afford, DIY it, build a whole brand around that aspirational vibe, and then sell accessible versions of it to your audience. It's a whole system. And then, of course, there's the old-school Hollywood script. Flashdance nails this one perfectly. It's that belief, that narrative that all you really need is pure, raw passion and talent. If you have that, you'll be discovered and your dreams will come true. Very different from the hustle script, right? But, okay, beyond the hustle, beyond the passion, there's another script running in the background. And this one is incredibly powerful. It's not about what you do. It's all about how you look while you're doing it. It's all about perception. And this is where it gets wild, because you see this script playing out everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's an entrepreneur like Amber Scholl, talking about meticulously designing fake diamonds so they look real because it's all in the little details, or a political PAC dropping hundreds of thousands of dollars on stylists. The end game is exactly the same. Project a flawless image of success. All right. Let's shift gears to the scripts that dictate our health. And this is an area where, honestly, the stakes could not be higher. The narrative you choose to follow here can literally have life or death consequences. And just like with love and success, we see two scripts here in a head-to-head battle. You've got the traditional doctor's order script, trust the expert, right? But then you have this rising, empowered patient script, which says, no, wait a minute, you need to be your own health advocate. Nobody is going to care about your health as much as you do. It's a total paradigm shift. And speaking of health scripts, what about that one that tells us it's too late? That after a certain age, you just can't get healthy or change your body? Well, the story of Joan McDonald just blows that script to pieces. She started her entire fitness transformation at 70 years old. 70. So what's the lesson here? Her daughter Michelle puts it perfectly. She warns that there's just so much scripting going on. We have to be smart about this. Just because something sounds all sciencey doesn't mean you're not being sold a bill of goods. You have to question it. Okay, so we've looked at all these different, often totally contradictory scripts for love, for success, for our health. So what's the big takeaway? Where do we go from here? Look, the point of all this isn't to tell you which script is the right one. The real power isn't in finding the perfect playbook to follow. The real power comes from realizing you have a choice. You can choose a script, you can adapt one, or you can tear them all up and write a brand new one just for you. So how do you actually do that? Well, pulling from all our sources, here are a few things you can start doing. First, check your bias. Second, really figure out your why, what's truly driving you. Third, remember this: what gets tracked is what gets improved. And finally, and maybe this is the most important one, you have to actively question the narratives. Always ask yourself, whose script am I following right now? And really, that's what it all comes down to, doesn't it? It leaves us with one last really powerful question to think about. Which script are you living by right now? And more importantly, which one are you going to write for yourself?